You're watching Renaissance Living, and I'm your host, Diane Pereau, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Charisse Marei, and she's going to tell us about changing the space that you're living in and getting the most out of the Feng Shui principles, the approach to interior design, building biology, building aromatherapy and natural modalities into your everyday living. And a lot of us are kind of on the fence or confused about aromatherapy and all these different disciplines that can help us live a cleaner, healthier, more spiritual kind of life. So, Charisse, welcome to Renaissance Living. It's really a pleasure to have you here today, and we're really looking forward to teaching us more about what you do. So,
thank you, Denise. I am so elated to be here. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
I think that it's you know, having that positive energy in your home is really important, because if you're living a very cluttered life and you're very disorganized, that's the number one thing that throws us off. So I try to be that way, but I want to know about Feng Shui. I want to know about aromatherapy. How did you get your start in your business?
I actually was quite young. I call it my former life. I was married, and my husband had a contracting company, and I started to do all of the designs and redesigns, though with no formal education. But it actually started long before that. I was raised in an environment where my mother actually, she stayed home. She was a stay-home mom. My father worked 3 jobs, and she wasn't your typical homemaker, and she would knock down walls, rebuild walls. She was the
that's very, very innovative.
Very innovative, and she did all of the designing and fabrication of our window treatments, our clothing, bedding.
So she was a very creative force in your home.
So creative, and her motto was "Learn as you go," and so she also fabricated for others as well. Very organized. I did not grow up with toys because our money was very limited, and our environment was very structured, so we entertained each other through our own choreography of entertainment, and I learned how to transform objects from an intended purpose into another purpose to really utilize the products. So we did wallpaper on the walls, we painted, we did stucco interiors, wrought iron. I literally grew up in House Beautiful and didn't know.
But this is such an amazing journey for you, because that's the sustainability model today, that repurposing everything that you're living with and finding ways to, you know, incorporate the old into the new. And that's saying everything old is new again is so important today.
It's so important, and that's why I wrote my book. But in reference to when I was younger and what you had just said, we actually had rings in our bathroom with our names above the ring, and our towels were hung there. And we did not use the washing machine and the dryer every day, and we put those there and really was conscientious of our environment and of our resources, our natural resources.
Were your parents hippies?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, that's kind of like the old hippie approach of the 70s, to be that kind of creative, that thinking. That's amazing that you grew up with that.
I did, yes. And also with yoga. So in the 1960s, we did yoga and meditation, and I found myself immersed in nature. So I always took these long journeys.
Your mother had to be a hippie.
She probably concealed it because she wore her lipstick every morning when I saw her. So yes, she was
my mother
complete
too.
attire.
My mom too never was without her lipstick.
No, never.
So that's one of my things. I don't even go to the mailbox without my lipstick. So you had this very structured lifestyle as a child, and how did you parlay that into a business model? How did you do that with no formal training? Well, wait, let me just say this. People are born with that eye and that creative instinct. I don't think that's something that you can infuse into somebody, and you either want to do that or you don't.
Yes, I agree. At least for myself, I can speak for myself. It certainly was a gift. I remember driving by people's properties and just envisioning transforming the whole facade and the exterior landscape. And so I always had that vision of creating color and design and pulling it all together for them. And I was actually known to go and knock on people's doors and invite myself in, and just to see the interior of their homes. So
well, in your business, that's kind of an entrepreneurial first step. You have to meet and greet the people and say, I can show you how to do this.
Yes, yes. So I did, when my first marriage was coming to an end, I realized I needed a career to take care of myself and my 3 children. So I enrolled full-time in school against all odds, and for 4 years.
Congratulations.
I worked really hard.
And you've become an author as well. So tell us a little bit about your books.
Oh, so my books, I'm not an author. Well, I am now, but when I originally started, I thought, who am I to write a book? I'm a designer. To put everything into written form was just, I would pout. I'm like, no. But my inner inspiration and this voice inside of me said, Charisse, you must write a book so that you can take the information that you've gathered all of these decades and help other people. Because not everyone knows how to do this. I was under the impression that everyone knew how to transform their interior environment. I mean, you're out and taking care of yourself with the food that you eat, exercising, being in nature, and then you come home and your environment is absolutely in opposition to everything that you're trying to do for yourself with the toxins and the stress. So what I do is I've unified in my books for you seamlessly how to do the home and well-being connection. So that's where the Feng Shui element comes in, and the building biology, which deals with buildings as a living, breathing organism. And we take all of these schools of thought and the green design and the aromatics, and I blend it seamlessly together for you, which is very unique.
That's
amazing. And do it for you. So I don't label it and say, oh, this is Feng Shui, oh, this is biology, because people would know it any other way. So I do it seamlessly, and I say, what is it that you need?
So it's a totally comprehensive concept that people can embrace and incorporate into their everyday living, which is really a great concept because, like you said, there's Feng Shui, there's the biology, there's the aromatherapy, and they're all different disciplines. And you've kind of brought everything together into one comprehensive book. So that people can say, hey, I can do a little bit of this. And people don't have to do everything at one time. But you really epitomize Renaissance living because we're always talking about reinventing ourselves throughout our life so that we can live most abundantly and that we can be, full and complete so that we can be on the right path to help others. Your aura is so soothing. Just sitting here speaking with you, I feel at peace because you have that soulful energy, and the spirit knows the spirit, and I'm just really enjoying hearing more about this. So I really want to learn more about Feng Shui. I was always intimidated by it. What is the first principle of Feng Shui? What do you think? So
Feng Shui it's about the energy of the environment. What is it that you want to bring into your life? What is it that you need, which is truly unique to you as it is to me and to the next person? So you really need to find your passion, your purpose, and what is it that maybe you need to release and let go, and what is it that you need to bring into your life? So balance and harmony are truly an essence to Feng Shui, as with energy. And without energy, everything ceases to exist. So energy moves fast or it can move slow. It can be forceful or beautiful. So ask yourself, what is it that I want to project? So in your environment, what do I need to shift? And you can do that by taking an evaluation, stand back and really look at it and say, how does this feel? How do others feel in this space? And if you feel as though you can't even approach this room, then we need to do a shift in there. And then we need to go around and identify. So if you're in your house and you feel like this room is like, ew, I hate this room. Yes. What do you have to do? You have to remove things that are presenting obstacles to your positive thinking? Yes.
I'm trying to comprehend
Yes,
this.
yes. And also, it could be that. It could be a memory that's associated with a piece of furniture, for example.
Okay.
I once had a client who was, she had me come in. I had done other properties for her as well. And I went into her personal space. She could not sleep. So I went in, and I also do a home analysis of all the spaces, taking all the different schools into play. And as we went around the room, I asked her about this one chair, and what is this chair? Why is it here? What's its purpose? And there was such negativity attachment to this chair
Oh, dear.
from a previous relationship. And I'm thinking, so your headboard is here, and your chair is here facing your bed, and all night your energy is feeling this presence. So you're not resting. You can't go into your deep
That's really
sleep.
interesting.
So I said, it needs to go. So we lifted it up, and she says, well, which room should I put it in? Oh, no, sweetie, it needs to go out the front door. So we literally picked it up and carried it out the front door. And then I went in and I did a nice clearing of her space as well. I also addressed the color in her space. That has a significant impact. The positioning, commanding position. You always want to be in commanding position, whether this is in your bedroom, if you have a home office, if you're in the kitchen.
This is so interesting. I really want to, I could talk to you forever, but we have to take a quick break. We'll be back with more on how to create positive energy in your home with Charisse Marei in just a minute.
Thank you. What is it that you need to do to make change in your life so that you can have more joy, more clarity, and really feel good and love the space that you're being? Who's going to occupy that space? What is it for? I'm an interior designer, and I practice different modalities. It's interior design, eco-design, building biology, which deals with indoor air quality, electromagnetic fields, and indoor wiring and how that affects your health, pure essential oils, and also Feng Shui, which deals with balance and harmony. So I take all of these different modalities and I blend them seamlessly together to be able to create an environment for you that is not only aesthetically beautiful, functional, but also safe for the environment. And that's for you, your well-being, your little children, furry friends, and our earth. So it's not just the physical environment of what you see. It's how you feel in that environment. Because if you don't feel good, it's going to affect your clarity and whatever you do in life. That's when overwhelm comes in, stress comes in. We don't need that. Our lives are so busy. We need to have that freedom to be able to breathe and really enjoy our environment. So when it's in the fashion that you need it to be, you'll be amazed at how quickly that internal shift takes place and you feel that energy, and it's so good. So I'm empowering you with the tools of the trade to be able to do this yourself. I'm giving you what I know, and I'm sharing it with you in my written word. And then you can take each segment and apply it as you're ready. So it's a journey. I take you on a journey.
We're back with Charisse Marei, and we're talking about creating the eco-conscious home. So this is her book. I'm so glad that you brought it with us so our viewers can see that. And why don't you give our viewers your contact information, because you can actually download an e-book as a preview to what she's all about. So look in that camera right over there and give us your contact information, please.
Hi, yes, Charisse Marei, CHARISSEMAREI.com.
And if you go to that site, all you have to do is scroll through it and you can download the book, right?
Yes, you can download the book, or if you'd like to have your own personal signed copy, I have those available on my site as well. So, and I also pop in a special little freebie gift for you, which is my signature, my butterfly. And my butterfly is a plantable butterfly, and you can place your Feng Shui intention of what you want to manifest, and flowers will grow.
Oh, that's amazing. I love gardening. That's such a great release for me, is being out and digging in the dirt. I love that. So
Yes.
I hope to get one of those butterflies. So tell us a little bit about this book.
So this book is an interactive book, and it's designed in full color so that you can be inspired, because I believe in color, and it really invokes so much energy within yourself. So there's color in here, and you can write in this. And I take you on a journey, and I start each chapter with my own personal story so that we can actually, even if we never meet, can actually build a relationship, a friendship. And it's about the chapter content. And I take you on this journey so that you can be empowered to do it yourself, or of course you can have me come do it, but I really would like you to do it on a daily basis, and to do one room at a time, as to not
Well,
place
that's feasible,
overwhelm.
because sometimes it's overwhelming to get this kind of information and you don't know what to do first.
Right.
So I think that's really great that you have a step-by-step like outline of how to create a better and more positive environment for yourself.
Yes.
And I think your approach is so welcoming, because what you're doing is establishing trust in the beginning.
Yes.
So, and you know, I want to trust the people that I'm working with when I'm trying to do new things.
Yes,
So
for
I think
certain.
that that's really brilliant of you that you
Thank
did
you.
that.
Thank you. Well, it's really to empower you with the information to be able to identify what's toxic in your environment. And we spoke briefly about Feng Shui, and I really base so much of what I do on the 3 R's, which is release, renew, revitalize. And in the very beginning chapter, I share with you how to release, how to let go of toxins in your environment. And that's not only chemical-laden products, but as we said, it's
I want
furniture.
to blow up my house right now. No, not really. Just making a joke there.
No.
I have a girlfriend that actually, like, when company's coming, she's like such a mess that, like, one time I found a pair of shoes in a kitchen cutlery drawer, and I was like, ew, why would you put your shoes in there?
Oh,
She was so
my
crazy. And I
goodness.
think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, just to hide it. And
Yeah.
and I don't even have a junk drawer in my house.
Oh, geez, you're too perfect. You're like the Donna Reed of 2020. For those of you who don't know Donna Reed, trust me, in the 50s, she was doing her housework in high heels and a dress.
Yes, yes, she was.
That's what my mother used to do, and I'd be like, she's with the vacuum with the high heels. I was like, Mom, why are you doing
Why
that?
are you doing that?
I don't know.
No.
I love it.
No, I actually help you set the stage as far as what do I wear, and I share with you what I wear, and then I put my PP, which is my personal preference, and then I ask you for yours, and then you write in here, well, what is it that you wear? And I just wear leggings, a t-shirt, a little something in my hair, and that's it. And I gather my toolbox and I go on my little journey.
Are you happy when you're cleaning?
Yes, because that's all about energy. I actually wrote a whole
I am
chapter
too.
on clean.
You did?
Yes, it's called Breathe, Able, Clean. And when I wrote the book, they said, you can't use that word. It's not a word, breathe, able. It is a word, because I deal so much with...
That's great how you broke that down, breathe able.
Because, like, take a breath right now. Everyone, take a breath. And release it. And then I ask you, how clean is the air that you just took in? Not very clean. It's probably filled with a lot of toxins that you don't even know are here. Well, some do, because like I have a good scent for that. I can pick up different types of toxins that are in the environment. So what I do is I help you to identify those and to let them go. So, so jumping back onto the release, the other is to identify people. You can have people, this is where the Feng Shui aspect comes in, you can have people in your life that you need to release and let them go because they're toxic as well.
That's a skill set that a lot of people need to develop, because there are a lot of negativity, there's a lot of negative people out there. And I
Yes.
think when you reach a certain age in life, you start to recognize that more easily than when you're younger.
Yes.
You're always bringing people around you because, you know, you're young, you have great energy and everything, but sometimes not everyone is good for everyone.
No. No, and that's what they say, like attracts like. You really do, when you're in tune.
Spirit knows the spirit.
Spirit knows the spirit, and you just, have you
just
ever
know.
been where you could just like converse with somebody and you're fighting for airtime, and other times you have absolutely nothing to say.
It's
You're
scary.
just a blank canvas.
That's scary. If I don't have anything to say, that's pretty scary.
Well, maybe not you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been so crazy standing behind a chair for 50 years. You know, I could talk to anybody. But this is so interesting. So Feng Shui, you got to learn how to let go. You have to learn how to create the right positioning of different things in your home. But do you have pictures that support this? Could you show us some of the images that she has? Oh my gosh, look at this room.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
This was a wonderful project, and so this is based on, again, everything that I do seamlessly brought together, and the bed is in commanding position. Well, so what is commanding position? It's when the door is visible to you when you are sitting up in bed, so you can see who is coming and entering. If the door was in another position, say here to your left, and you could actually see out your door, then the energy is not very good. You don't really go into a deep sleep because you can feel that negativity, they call it Charisse, negative energy coming at you. You don't know who's going up here around the corner. So this is in commanding position, very good. There's natural lighting that also filters the space from various directions. The mirror placement was very, very critical. It's so common to have a mirror placed directly across from the bed, as is now a TV screen. But mirrors primarily are placed across from your bed, and that's not very good in Feng Shui at all.
Well, let me ask you this. Say, if you don't have the space to put your bed like that, how can you make it, how can you produce positive energy if you don't really have that space?
There's different things that you can do within the space. Mirrors play a big part in that. Smaller mirrors, not very large.
Okay.
Smaller mirrors, so that
That's
it
good to know.
allows you to feel. And it's very important also to have a supportive headboard that is attached securely, and to have a good solid wall. Also with your bedding, since we're talking about bedding and positioning and everything, not to have anything magnetized in your bed. And how you can, so I empower you with how to do this on your own. One is to get a compass that's filled with liquid and a string. I always do my red string. Attach the two together, and then take that on your bed. The arrow, the red arrow, should always point north. That means your bed is healthy. If it shifts 10 degrees, that's not good. 20 degrees, it's time to either get a new mattress, box spring that has no coils or anything in it.
Wow, this is interesting.
And possibly even your bed. So, not that we'll have time to go into
I'm going to go buy a compass.
I have them in my toolbox.
That's so funny.
And so so I help you when I do an assessment, like I help you with electromagnetic fields, electromagnetic radiation, indoor air quality, water.
These are things that you don't normally think of because you're struggling to get everything done. You
Just
run
struggling to do
home,
it.
you cook dinner, you take care of the kids. and-
Yes.
But these kinds of things, if you take the time to do that, will help you have a more peaceful environment. So we have
Yes.
do we have any other images?
Yes.
Oh my, that's
Okay.
pretty too. The colors are very soothing.
Thank you. So this is a very small room. This is actually a room in my home. This is, I wrote about this room in my book extensively, so you can find out about all the different materials. And I love sharing. This is the smallest room in my house. It's only 6 by 9. It's actually not even, excuse me, it's not 6 by 9, it's 6 by 6. Very small room. The ceilings are high, so it's projected to be larger. It's not large at all. And the materials that I chose for this room were rather interesting because the floor is a limestone, and it was actually in a rubbish pile.
Wow.
So this
you repurposed it.
I took it out of the rubbish and took it in and laid it out.
That's great. Do we have any other images?
This was a beautiful, most lovely event, and this is for
Designing for Hope.
Designing for Hope. It's for helping little children grant their last wish. This company and the people are amazing. And I actually spoke at this event, and I offered all of my books, The Timeless Keepsake, and this is a journal. And this is also written subliminally with Feng Shui elements and in my angelic blue. The little quotes. And
That's
this is really to bring
beautiful.
inspiration to all these families.
So this discipline is not only for adults, it's for children too, to help them live more peacefully.
Yes.
So I could talk to you for like hours because I'm so interested in learning more about these disciplines, but unfortunately we're out of time, and I want to thank you for joining us today.
And I have something for you as well. So my book's for you.
Oh,
So
thank you so much.
And this is my paper that I designed.
Oh my gosh.
To match the books.
This is amazing. I never expected that. Thank you so much,
thank you for
Charisse. I
having
really
me.
appreciate you being on our show today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing all that beautiful information about living a more positive life in your home. And I hope you all will take advantage of the fact that you can access our website now. And we're wishing you continued success.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Thank
joining us
you.
on Renaissance Living.
Thank you.
Didn't that go by really fast?
Oh my goodness. So fast.